Coast Nation, Sanbonan Bafetu. Welcome back to Football Trends with me, OQB. Now, I know currently there's not a lot of updates when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs, but a source who is a very trusted source is telling me something about the club. Now, despite that, I did get some rumors about Coach Fernando Da Cruz, arriving at the country, I think the day before yesterday. So yeah, Tuanjufile is in the country. So this week, my trusted source said these coming few weeks they will be making announcements of the new coach, the players that they are going to release, except for players that are going to be signed or players that have already signed. Now, going back to that, we do remember that there's Utabo Mloisane who has signed with Kaizer Chiefs as a free agent coming from Stellenbosch FC. We have Uzita Kwinika who is signed, an extended 1 year. Currently, as I'm speaking with you, yes, no official announcements have been made. And remember, when they launched the Toyota Cup or the Toyota Cup launch, Jessica Mdown spoke about the fact that, okay, definitely on the date of 26 July, that's when they will be giving us, everything, the unveiling of the new kits, the unveiling of the new players in this Fananalezo. But so far, from my bidding, into during those coming few weeks, Kaizer Chiefs is bound to announce their head coach and also players that will be leaving the club. I do not know for sure who are the players that are going to be leaving, but we've already spoken about Gaston Sereno, which there's a huge possibility he might be leaving the club. And also we have spoken about Inaso Mikelo, which there's a club that is interested in signing him, which is a club that is currently being coached or being run by Coach Nazrin Nabi. I did speak about that and I did say I don't have all the news or all the facts about that, but then definitely what I said has transpired. So yesterday, I believe they announced the head coach, Coach Nazrin Nabi. They are left with 7 games. No, yeah, I think they're left with 7 games. Currently, about number 5, if I'm not mistaken. So he's expected to probably try and raise the curtains somehow. I honestly don't know how, because I'm signing very, very late. But maybe they're signing him for now and the coming few seasons, because I'm not too sure in terms of who to sign him for how long and what is going to happen and what are the terms of the agreement when it comes to that. But I do know he will be working alongside Umaji Safi, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure about the goalkeeper coach, but yeah, most of the technical team that was assembled by Coach Nazrin Nabi is working in different clubs currently, because Devon City, obviously we do know Coach Lapana, Khalid Ben Yusuf will be going there, and then Sekhukhune United, they've decided to look at Coach Cedric Kaze. Now, I've said my fair share that I'm hoping to see what they're going to do or they're going to give to those clubs going to this new season. And then also I'm hoping from my side to see, as I did okay, with the coach Fernando Da Cruz coming in as the head coach while he was an assistant for the longest time. As far when Coach Nabi got there, it was coach, and then Fernando Cruz took over. I think he managed to win the league, if I'm not mistaken. But then coach, I don't know what happened or what was the full history in terms of them to fire their head coach and then bring in Fernando Cruz, whom currently is coming back to South Africa. He's not a coach who is a stranger to Kaizer Chiefs. He knows the facilities as very well. He knows our club very well. He knows the fan base that is here. He has never yet played an official game, but obviously we are waiting and anticipating to see what is going to happen, what kind of forms or anything that is going to be different from the previous season. Now, the last season that we played, we opened our opening match with a win. And then we went on to play and win a few games moving forward. And then a situation where we managed to lose games, and eventually fans started getting really, really worried. The squad DLG, honestly speaking. But then now Team Magambi's Kati by Kazudula Lenkinga, there was a protest. There was a protest from the fans. And after the protest, we hardly ever lost any games. Things were just different. And you could see that the boys, started playing very well, because during that time when we were losing a lot, there was a bad situation like Bobo and Oti. It's almost like what Bafana did when they were playing against Mexico. So that was the big problem, and we had to rectify that. And we felt like, no, those two guys are probably not doing the right thing. And also, it was a bit of a problem, or a bit challenging, for players to say, okay, we have two head coaches. This time we are playing this system. Kusasa Slalalia is a system. Maybe it has worked on our advantage, but also maybe it has worked on our disadvantage, because we saw, things were starting to move badly. But then after that, there's something, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it was no longer Cedric Kaizer is in charge now, Khalid is in charge now. It was like there was someone who was always ahead. It looked like one coach was always ahead than the other one. Even in my interviews, someone else no longer spoke, because remember, there were interviews, post-match interviews, and also Cedric Kaizer did say something about what, yeah, you guys will apologize come end of the season. I honestly don't know what people would be apologizing for, because honestly speaking, Kaizer Chiefs did not win any trophies last season. I cannot say this season because it was last, so we did not win anything. We just managed to qualify for CAF Confederations. But other than that, I will see if, with time, currently, are we going to be able to get something new, something different, something that is going to, try and push us to where we need to be? Because at the end of the day, starting over is not easy, guys. Honestly speaking, Tsalela Phansi is not easy. I can say we are taking a risk. It's possible Kaizer Chiefs have made a huge mistake when it comes to Fernando Da Cruz, because what if he goes there, or Njongoba Figa, and then he says, okay, so far with what is happening, I'm not happy, and also I also want to build my own system, because remember, there was conversations where they said Coach Fernando Da Cruz is coming to South Africa, and I know a lot of us BCP Salendaba City, there's no way, but Mickey Jr. did say it, guys. He even said, there's a big club in South Africa that has contacted Fernando Da Cruz. It was a long time ago, a few months back, before Izopele season, before Kaizer Down Jr. spoke about the fact that, okay, we have someone, we have the right technical, we have the right personnel, we've spoken with him and everything else. But going back to that, this coach, if we are figure and then the results are not coming, then it would mean that Kaizer Chiefs should have done a bit better, and also it would mean that we will need to sign a new head coach again, and then we have to terminate this one. And I feel from my side it's gonna be a bit costly, because at the end of the day, if the club signs a new head coach and then the club struggles, and then now you sign another coach and then again you struggle, it becomes sort of like lengthy, because it's not like the co-coaches, as much as they did not win anything, they've done a terrible job. Honestly speaking, they did something that was great, helped the team a lot, and we are here right now. This season we are going to be playing CAF Confederations, and also the co-coaches themselves did speak. Kaizer Chiefs from their side, they were looking at a CAF Champions League, which for me it didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense to say, okay, last season basically position out of position 8, even last of season, same thing. Now 2 seasons in a row you're out of the top 10. At least try to get into the top 10 and then to top 5 and then get kind of gala. Because I remember all of us, when we were speaking, we were saying, okay, this season, even if we can finish on position number 3, that will be great. And that happened. So for me, I honestly don't have any complaints. I don't have any regrets. But if it turns out that we signed Fernando Da Cruz and he's not the right man for the job, that would be a big problem. But also, it's a gamble. This is football. He might come here, give us something incredible, win us everything aqeda nokufika, and we will say, yeah, no, definitely this is the right man for the job. But all of that remains to be seen until nje kuze uthi the first whistle of the game. But for now, I believe this is it buffet to the coaches in the country. I've been told that they will be making announcements, from this week going forward. Sizobona khona buffet too. I honestly hope so. Sibuye nje sizokhona ukubona ukuthi okay, from that, who are the players that are we signing, who are the players that we're releasing, and also are we making the good decisions that needs to be done for this club. But I believe this is a buffet. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Peace.